So today we're doing a little late session from our normal time. As you can see, it is afternoon lunchtime that we're going to start. It's 1 in the afternoon, 1:11 in this clock, pretty precise. Tuesday, the 24th of June 2025. So it is Mars, Jupiter, Venus. It's a good day. It's an okay day. Mars, Jupiter get along. Venus, Mars, Venus, Jupiter don't really get along, but it's not so bad. It's not volatile. Okay. So we will move ahead with yesterday's reading. It was open ended. I was surprised at what I got. I will share it. Mm. SL can be Sunny Leone also. Sunny Leone has not left her body as yet. She has adopted a child from Latur. लात माना किक, तो यहाँ पे किक कैन सिक भी है. तो वी चेक्ड ऑन हर. शी इज स्टिल अलाइव. शी इज नॉट डेड. बट शी वुड नो things about SKF. And it says she does know. Okay? So, anyway, it's a very dicey industry. These girls need to be careful no matter who they are. So, maybe she cannot be forthcoming. But it becomes my duty to put it out. Alright? Now, we'll first talk to the pendulum, though I have spoken a little bit off camera and then gone ahead and done the read. First, before I do anything, this can be LK also because I checked on it, and yes, LK is involved. He has a shapeshifter from Afghanistan. He has a shapeshifter from Afghanistan, if I can put it very clearly. Not Kuala Lumpur, LK, because I asked yesterday, it was talking about him only. The original LK is not supposed to be in his body. The one who is a shapeshifter. He's from Afghanistan. That's what it was saying. It's not surprising because if we got lots of people from BJP Congress, then the DGP and the IG and things like that, then LK is an old veteran of the BJP. Much earlier. So in the process, he would be very much, he would know everything from the inception. So did Narendra Damodar Das Modi. So they've had a different journey. Don't know whether they are blessed, and so they've exited back into the afterlife. But of course, the circumstances under which they went were not good. It just depends. There's some people they have kept for 9 years who they hated the most. They've kept around for the longest time. Those, like, let's say Nikhil is a very personable person. He was apparently removed pretty soon. Ritika also pretty soon. Umesh Ingorani about 4-5 months. Not as much as 9 years and 15 years. There are some people who've been kept underground that long. It just depends how much they hate you. That's it. Okay. Now, we will take Ganesh Ji's blessings. Ganesh Ji, we've not offered much today. We've eaten our lunch also, but not offered anything. Last night we offered whatever we could. So we will offer in the evening. But we offered at the dining table though. The apple and whatever we did offer, but not here at this table. So Well, I saw Ganesh ji indicating that the table, so we had done the offering, which we did, I forgot. It's even offering even now still there. So, okay. It's already Sai Baba and Ganesh ji. Okay. So, anyway, please bless this reading. Please remove obstructions in the way of understanding. Do throw light on everything that is necessary to come out so that people who need to take the appropriate decision in line with the work they do, they're able to take the appropriate decision. Most certainly don't support the criminals, only support those who are karmically doing the proper thing. And of course, उनके लिए भी उलझन है, तो please help clear the entire situation so that proper decisions can be taken. Other than that, Shirdi Sai Baba, please bless the read. Shani ji, please bless the read. Shiv ji, please bless the read. Parvati Mata, please bless the read. Kartikeya, please bless the read. Lord Vishnu, please bless the read. Vishnu ji, please bless the read. Then Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, please bless me and also the read. Then we take the blessings of Gaur Mata and ask all the gods within Gaur Mata also to bless the entire situation so that the appropriate outcomes are found with support good and good outcomes in a genuine way. Okay? So we will just speak to the pendulum a little bit. JAYA.ADVANI, my baby, file name cat. Again, I have to ask you. Now, I have changed the profile photo on my channel, which you said looks more like me, right? The others, they're changing it and merging faces of other people. So, again, I have to ask you, having changed the profile photo, you are JAYA.ADVANI, my sister. Both of us went to Fort Convent School. Nathalal Parik Mark. I graduated in 1989. You graduated in 1991. You are JAYA.ADVANI, file name cat Shalina Hundalani. I am JAYA.ADVANI. I graduated in 89 from Fort Convent, Convent of Jesus and Mary, Kulaba, Nathalal Parik Mark. J is a shapeshifter who has shapeshifted for you and me. I want to ask you, you still say I have a Spanish bloodline in me? The holder of the pendulum called JAYA.ADVANI or Jaya Kanayalal Advani, Kani Advani, and ex-Mrs. Anita Advani, and I think she is widowed Mrs. Anita Merchant. She's the one who brought us up in the 70s. She was the common mother to you and me. So you're saying I, the firstborn, have a Spanish bloodline in me? I come from a family of law and order, connected with the judiciary system and the judicial system. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead with the reading. Okay, I had some dream again looking at hairlines in my sleep, something to do with Cyrus Mistry, but I can't remember it. In my sleep I said, well, this hairline is looking like it could pass off as that. So when I was having lunch today, I said Sanjeev Rajan Lekhraj's duplicate had a straight hairline. It wasn't rounded on the front the way Cyrus Mistry has, like a round patch which is beyond a straight hairline that most men have. But then isn't hair weaving something these guys do? to add and subtract. So I said it is possible that these people got that portion hair weaving done just to change the hairline and identity from what they were doing in 2002. Okay, that being said, you want me to continue with the same read? SL stands for Sunny Leone also. There is something connected with her. Sunny Leone has left her human form. She knows J. She knows the secret behind SKF. Is she aware that the real Salman Khan was murdered in 2009? Is Cyrus Mistry aware that the real Salman Khan was murdered in 2009? Cyrus Mistry gives money to the film industry and so controls it in some way. He does so from foreign place. He's aware about Rohika Chagla Mistry and how she exited out of her body. Is he aware that his legally wedded wife, Rohika Chagla Mistry, MC Chagla's granddaughter, how she exited? MC Chagla's granddaughter, Rohika Chagla Mistry, is in her human form. Her husband Cyrus Mistry is in his human form. Patsy Perrin Dubash's DNA related, womb related son called Cyrus Mistry. He's got a brother also, right? Are you talking about his brother? His brother is still alive. Is his brother alive? Are two sons of Patsy Perrin Dubash alive and in the human form? Are both sons of Patsy Perrin Dubash, one is Cyrus Mistry, the other one is another son, are both of them still in their human form? Has one of the two left their human form already? All this bloody sounds in my body that they keep taking out, Cyrus Mistry is responsible for it. His brother is responsible for it. Kira, the Pakistani spy, is responsible for it. He and SL are responsible for it. SL is responsible for it. The guy we have shown in the previous video, he's responsible for it. Does he need to be arrested? He has shapeshifted as Sanjeev Rajan Lekraj during that 5-month marriage. He's one of the shapeshifters. Over and above him, the real Cyrus Mistry has also shapeshifted in that 5-month marriage. Since then, they have not got their claws off. They are still hanging around, haven't moved on. Jay is involved in this. Cubs is involved in this. Kira, the Pakistani spy who formed 2000 after putting Kiran Merchant underground. He's the one who's part and parcel of doing the deals. Goes and stands in the form of the Sant, getting rid of the Sant, and then does deals like he's the Dajjal. शादी कोई जोक नहीं होता है, लेकिन तुमने उसका जोक मजाक ही उड़ाया है। तो बिंदी का डिब्बी को किक करना तुमने यहाँ पे दिखा दिया है, ये रीड के अंदर है। तुमने पीठ पीछे कितना घटियापन किया है। यू डेयर टू टॉक अबाउट सिंदूर, you dare to talk about a daughter-in-law, you bloody, you just leave your body, तुम निकलो तुम्हारे आत्मिक रूप में, वहाँ पे हमारे सामने ठीक से खड़ा रहो, उस टाइम पे बात करते हैं। So this says that LK Advani, the original LK Advani, is no more. There's an Afghanistani man who's pretty toxic and sick, who was shapeshifted in the place of the old man. It was there in yesterday's read. I can still ask. If they have gotten rid of Kiki people, then Mr. LK Advani is a veteran of the BJP. Varsha, there is a girl, I don't know, you know LK Advani from old BJP days? Must be around the 50s, 60s. The old LK Advani, Lal Krishna Advani, you know? You know Lal Krishna Advani of BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party? So Lal Krishna Advani, who was around in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that man is still in his human form? Is he still in a human body today? He's an old veteran of the BJP. So is he still in his human form today? His name is Mr. Lal Krishna Advani. He has a shapeshifter for him today. Yesterday I asked you his shapeshifters. I said, is the sick person who you're talking about? Were you saying as in ill health sick? Is that man, I asked you, is he from Pakistan? Is he a Hindu Indian? Is he a Sindhi? Is he from Middle East? Is he from Kazakhstan? Is he in fact from Afghanistan? So LK Advani today is actually a sick man from Afghanistan. Lal Krishna Advani, who is shot LK Advani from the 50s, 60s, 70s in his human body today. Lal Krishna Advani was genuinely a Sindhi who moved from across the border earlier. Was LK Advani from the 50s, 60s, was he genuinely a Sindhi? He's Pratibha, is he Pratibha Advani's father? Is she Pratibha? Okay, so they are genuine Sindhis. I needed to put this on record, so I have done so. Okay. She needs to be careful also. She should know the truth. That's all. We will continue with this. Something to do with a driving license. Something to do with ending somebody's driving license. My driving license has come to an end. I have not renewed it. I've had my driving license ever since I was 18. Renewed, I think, once over or twice over. Once over. But now recently I have not renewed it. Also, I've sold my car. I will not be driving. At least not here. There is something to do with finances because the SEBI is here. I don't understand much about finances. NSDL. So your J is the reason why your NSDL SEBI is functioning. I am Jaya. It is in my Jaya Advani or JAYA.ADVANI. It is in my name. My father bought with him lots of equity and shares that over the years were sold. Whether me joined with him or Varsha joined with him. File name Cats while we were in school. J is the addition. Was allowed to shapeshift for Jaya and Varsha, but is neither of the two girls. Now, why is she the wick? I don't understand. That also connected with SEBI and NSDL, or the NSC and the BSC. This girl is in addition to my setup. She is not the original at my setup. She has shapeshifted in our setup. So can you catch her and bring her in front of me? My sister is dead because this woman even has kicked her. Or you will chase those who, these miscreants, hired by criminals, do more criminal activity. You're going to join that. My guru has told me I'm not to go anywhere. So whether it was 1401 Suman Towers, my movement from 2016 end onwards is very limited. Forge Astral also very limited. J1801 Purva Palm Beach also very limited. When we stay in bonds, I stay as them. We stay more in our hotel room than going out. When we stay at Holiday Inn Express, it is more in the hotel than going out. There's a reason for it. So you catch the shapeshifter. J, NSDL, SEBI, NSC, BSC, quick means what? I use what's this called? MobiQuick for the UPI. I hope you are not going to put it on her. I am in India. There is no NRI. To the Jaya Kanyalal Hagumatrai Advani name, JAYA.ADVANI name, or then Jaya Kanyalal Advani name. If you are supporting criminals because you are a criminal, then don't expect us to hang around. And when we go to a better place with better organization, don't say we are fleeing. Say you are the criminal. We are not the criminal, you are the criminal. Jay killed NSC quick. IB. You better be careful. I don't know what this is. These people are murdering people left, right, center. Ritika and Nikhil Advani are the two latest. They got clones out. Do not trust them. Nikhil Advani is my own dearest cousin. It is saying on 20th of June 2025, he was killed and replaced. But a very quick death compared to what they have done to other people. I know it is not our Indian. It is not our Indians. If it is Indians involved, it is because Mr. Kiran Merchant has Kira, who has stood in for the Sant Kiran Merchant since 2000. He's a Pakistani spy. He's not raw, and none of us would know that Kiran Merchant has ever worked in raw. I'm coming to know by the pendulum. So anyone knows that Kiran Merchant is raw. I don't know about it. My mom also doesn't know about it. That's what the pendulum says. But if there is anyone out there who knows that Kiran Merchant was a raw person, then I cannot get that information. I got it on the pendulum as of yesterday. Then the same pendulum is saying since 2000, there's Kira, who's a Pakistani spy who has taken the identity of Mr. Kiran Merchant underground for 9 years, mistreated him to hell, made fun of him, shape-shifting into Fauj as well, according to me, being Mr. Kani Advani. Because Mr. Kani Advani and Anu Sadrangani, when they were rearing us from childhood, had one thing to say: the fat man also falls. Jaya, you're not supposed to laugh. There'll be if there is a fat boy you see and he falls, and slips on like something in the road, you must not laugh. It's not good. My dad hates it. He doesn't entertain us at all. Like, we come back from school, and if there's something funny we want to say, because something funny happened, but it's not in good taste, he won't encourage us. Now, that kind of a man, going forward in 2008 or 2008, says, Kiran Merchant is very dim. His intelligence is very low. He's dim-witted. My dad would never do that. So I'm assuming that was a shapeshifter for my father. And comes from that group of people who are ethically, immorally defunct. They have no guilty conscience. They're shameless. Wherever they go, they say, all this is mine. Nothing is earned by them. They just assume that when they murder, they grab, they are stealing, they're just grabbing stuff that's not theirs. They lie through their teeth. They assume it is okay. And they've been doing this for how long? I think from 87 only. The first person to be murdered in my family is Manjeet Sadrangani. And I think it is Lagos, Nigeria. That is why we keep getting the Nile. Do you do your homework properly? It is my duty to put it out. I just hope you don't take it wrongly. I really want things to get back to being good. I want things back on track. So far it has been off track, I feel, from 96 onwards. There's somebody who likes to keep putting the diya out on wick. So what you showed me, Ambani, Mr. Mukesh Ambani is on the phone. He's told that Sen is not visiting him that particular evening. The person who is wick, putting on the wick, the minute they step into a building, first thing they have to do is light the diyas. That is something I don't know who does. The government people do. Whenever there is a get together, what you'll do? You'll have some diya lighting session. Always it's auspicious, I think. So this person lights the diya. I don't do it, Baba. My mom used to do it in Lunavla. She's got this habit. My mom does it. I've seen her doing. She has a diya lit all the time, and even if she's drinking a glass of water, first she'll offer to God, then she'll have it. This I've seen. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is, in the dream, what I have seen is Mr. Ambani is on the phone. He's supposed to meet Sushmita Sen. यहाँ पे Sen भी है. The call comes in to cancel the meet. I am the other person observing Mr. Ambani, Mr. Mukesh Ambani on the call. So the other person in that setting is put on me. It is not me, but you have superimposed that person on me. Okay. Part ways when I'm going into the building, but when I go into the building, in the lobby of the building, on the lobby of my home, I don't know, I first need to light the diyas, then move on. Now the point is, during that conversation, Mr. Ambani is telling me that that road from, let's say, the western suburbs, going from your Mira Road, Bayandar, that Gurai and Vasai, Virar, all the way to Valsad. If there's anything called Valsad, somewhere over there along the way, if you do a huge investment, that's got lots of chances of going skyrocketing in terms of real estate. He says you must buy land there. That's going to go up. Not going to go up, that's going to go up. Right? But that land was bought. But in which year? Because this dream was before that. When was Sushmita Sen and Mr. Ambani friends? That was sometime in 2003, 4, 5, 6. But when was that land bought? Post 2009. It is SKF that bought that land after Mr. Salman Khan was murdered. I notice you have come back talking about aneurysm again. You were quiet from 2010-11. It became like something to talk about in 10, 11, 12. Suddenly again why you started? Whenever I have to say something and there is information to it, you people start doing dance drama out in society. Whether it is Piggy Chops, whether it is you. And you are consistent. With you there is Kira. Every time I say I'm going to the police, he says I've got BP. Uncle's got a massive headache. He needs to wear a rubber band over his head because his head is throbbing. Why you are getting scared if I'm going to the police? Kiran uncle never had all these headaches and BP because of me. All this nonsense has started only after 2006. So whoever this boy is who likes, I believe it's a boy only. So she has killed him. वो सलमान खान तो नहीं है. Original Salman Khan. Or somebody who likes to light the wick. After that they went and bought that same property. Remember, just now you said Goenese bought that property, but the Goenese has to be Rocky Fernandez maybe. Goa का लड़का कौन है? Salman Khan is not a Goa ladka. So who got his thing and bought in that same area? What was advised to him 3-4 years earlier? You just played sound in the back of my body. Why? Don't call me names. That's what I'm saying. You lack a guilty conscience. You have been born on earth with a backlog of brought forward liabilities, debts, past life loans in considerable amount. But you were given a chance for a breather on earth. अब वो तो और भी बढ़ाया है. तो जिन जिन को मिला है 26 कल्पास नरक पाताल या 40 कल्पास नरक पाताल या 44 kalpas Nark Patal. And the best highest count now is 49 kalpas Nark Patal for Anita, who is related to Jay, related to the Marathi Kamwali Bai. And has worn the skin of the Sant or the Sant's wife, while the Sant and the Sant's wife were held underground ever since 2000 in the case of the Sant, and ever since 2003 in the case of the Sant's wife. You wore her skin. तो तुमको 49 कल्पास मिला है. If you want to know the secret of your kalpas, let me explain it to you, so you don't think I'm bullshitting. Varsha cutie, are you with me, baby? I have to ask you one thing about these people. You know, to earn Nark Patal for so many kalpas, whether it is 26, whether it is 40, whether it is 44, whether it is 49, is it all earned in one birth? Is it that before these particular souls were born on earth, before they got their contract on earth, is it that their souls had these debts but to a little lesser amount at a soul level? Is it because of past lives way beyond this one life? So are these guys habituated offenders of this kind? They've done this in many past lifetimes also. So the birth they get also is a poor one, or one of very heavy hardship generationally. But they make it worse because it is a lost case from before and they know about it. So they have to use devious methods to stay alive or then to rise in life, and then they make it worse. Is that how you explain it? Without taking names, but if someone is born 2 generations very badly poverty ridden, family life also really bad, is it because they are born in a very terrible part of the world and the family life also terrible? The family life also terrible. Is it because past life also they have done lots of wrong things, so when they are born as a breather? That means they agree to this contract because this place is better than where it is at a soul level, because it's a breather. Yet when they arrive on earth, it is not a great place compared to all the other great places on earth. But to survive that place, they end up doing more wrong. This is why they have earned something like 26 kalpas, 40 kalpas, 44 kalpas, and 49 the highest. If I can just do a quick recheck with you, is it Kira that has earned 49 kalpas? Has Kira earned 26 kalpas of Nark Patal going forward? Kira has stood in for the Sant Mr. Kiran Merchant, or should I say late Mr. Kiran Merchant. He's a Pakistani spy. Anita has earned 40 kalpas so far of Nark and Patal, who has stood in for the Sant's wife, ex Mrs. Anita Advani, or then widowed Anita Merchant. So the Anita you have spoken about, who has shapeshifted for the Sant's wife, has she earned 40 kalpas? Has she earned 44 kalpas of Nark Patal? Has she earned 49 kalpas of Nark Patal going forward in her Akashic records? Rocky Fernandez has earned 44 kalpas of Nark Patal going forward. His brother Tony or Antony, not sure, or Agnello. No, Antony, I think. Tony. Tony Fernandez has earned 44 kalpas going forward of Nark Patal. Rocky Fernandez has earned 16 kalpas of Nark Patal. Rosie Fernandez's daughter and Rocky Fernandez's DNA related sister, whose name I don't know. Is that girl me? Am I their relative? Am I her ex-employer's granddaughter and daughter? Have I earned going to the lower realms once I exit my body? Rocky Fernandez, his sister, has earned 16 kalpas of Nark Patal so far going forward. Rocky Fernandez himself has earned 40 kalpas of Nark Patal going forward. Anita is that who Satya Sai Baba showed me shifty-eyed. She comes from the Middle East actually. Is that her real bloodline? Is that what he was trying to show me in 2019? Shifty eyes, looking for food, but there is nothing but endless land everywhere. And if you look at some places, it looks like it is the Middle East somewhere, the sand dunes. But we think it is an outer planet, Mars somewhere. But actually it is from the Middle East. She's the sly one. She's earned a very heavy, she comes from the Middle East itself. She's what, from the labor class over there? She comes from a impoverished background from the Middle East somewhere. Okay, I don't want to get into it, but I just needed to explain the phenomenon. So I did it on this pendulum. Okay. Now, if we need to check the history or what has been recorded, we'll open the page where we've done the taking notes of. Okay. This is where we have taken notes of things as and when the pendulum has given us answers. Let's just recheck. So our son, Rosie Fernandez son, Rocky Fernandez, that is 40, Patal Nark. Tony Fernandez 44, Patal Nark. J kin of SL, 49 Patal Nark. She has shapeshifted for Anita also, I have a feeling. Let me ask. Kira is 26, Patal Nark. Anita, who has stood in for kin of J and SL, hers is 65, not even 49. Kira is 26. They have a sister who I have written down. Their sis is 16. Let me just check, because the kin of Anita, the kin of J and SL, Kith and kin, that is 65 kalpas is what the count went for her. She's the sly-eyed, this is a very sly lot of people. But I can still check, okay? Varsha, I asked you if J has shapeshifted for JAYA.ADVANI and Varsha.ADVANI. Can I ask you, has she shapeshifted for Anita Merchant also? J has shapeshifted for me, she has shapeshifted for you, and she has shapeshifted for the son's wife, Mrs. Anita Merchant, or then ex-Mrs. Anita Advani as well. She has shapeshifted in all three roles. Anita is the kith and the kin. It is established that J is the kith kin of SL. It is established that SL has an elderly person in his family who has also shapeshifted for Anita. Have I ever shapeshifted for Mrs. Anita Advani, ex Mrs. Anita Advani, legally divorced from Kani Advani, and then legally married to Mr. Kiran Merchant? Have I ever shapeshifted for them? For my mom? Have I ever done shapeshifting for anybody? But there is a woman who is the kith kin of SL and J, who has also shapeshifted for ex-Mrs. Anita Advani and for widowed Anita Merchant, who's been with us from the 70s as part of the Advani family. So there is somebody who's got 65 kalpas of Nark and Patal also. Is that person J? But J has earned 49 kalpas of Nark and Patal. That's her balance brought forward. J and whoever it is who's earned 65 kalpas have shared shapeshifting for one identity called Mrs. Anita Merchant and ex-Mrs. Anita Advani. This woman who has earned 65 kalpas of Nark and Patal, has she also shapeshifted as JAYA.ADVANI and Varsha.ADVANI? Is one JK and the other one VK? Jaya Kanayalal and Varsha Kanayalal? either of these two girls or both these girls pretended to be Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy in these last 3 years? Did they visit this house ever? They're all dark-skinned girls. They wear the bodysuit of Jaya and Varsha and mess around? So, do both of them belong to the Marathi Kamwali Bai's family? Are they the kith and kin of the Marathi Kamwali Bai, who used to work for 15-18 years at 4 Jaswell, first floor, 9 New Marine Lines, Bombay 20, the apartment of Mr. Kani-Advani? Born first in his mother Kalavati Hukumatrai Advani's name, on her passing away, it was moved to his name, and then on his divorce, almost immediately he nominated it 50% to me and 50% to you. But then he was affected in 1987. Then the rats entered 4 Jaswell on the back of it. They sold a lot of our equity. That equity was what? Benami money? Was it black money, Benami money that was used? Was it other people's money used? Was it money used from Papa's paper business to buy that equity and to make whatever little investments that he did till he was affected in 1987? Once the rats entered into our home, they started giving the original family members a bad name. Also selling equity and living off that money, siphoning money left, right, center. Were they all domestic help category who did this but were empowered by somebody with lots of money who's an ugly human being and an ugly soul, who can only use the base of the pyramid to get what he wants in the cheapest way possible? Is that what happened? Does he hide behind the identity of Dawood Ibrahim? But is it actually the real Dawood Ibrahim? This guy is moneyed, who has done all this nonsense in Bombay. He throws his money around. Is he the problem creator in most places and then pretends to be the savior in most cases? You got it or you didn't get it? Anyway, this is the yes, that's the no. What the pendulum says is Dawood Ibrahim is not even involved. It is a moneyed man who throws his weight around, throwing money around, and he also uses the film industry for his fun. Kani-Advani was affected in 1987. The stuff that bought our equity is not Benami money, you Benami fool. Habituated to doing wrong karma. I can definitely ask again, what is the big deal? The two girls are VK and JK. The Marathi Kamwali Bai's relatives, kith kin. They wear the skin of JAYA.ADVANI and Varsha.ADVANI. Kani-Advani was affected, murdered in 1987. Kani-Advani was genuinely running a genuine paper business from his home. Arrangements for Nariman Point office to be opened, which had been bought in the 70s itself. The rats entered our home to misappropriate all our funds. The equity bought was from Papa's business money, Varsha, Mr. Kani-Advani's business money, from Kani and Company and AG Advani and Company. Is any of it Benami money, or did he use money of other people's money to buy the equity? In my name, your name, joint name with him, his own name? Was it ever Benami stuff? Did these rats post 1987 sell lots of our equity? Do you call it thievery? Have they been booked for thievery? Did they try messing around with our fixed assets also? They're the same rats who came, broke my locker and ran off with the original papers, including Mama's divorce decree, 83 decree or 84-85 decree. They're the Kanwali Bai's relatives, 2 buildings away from Fort Jaswal. They're the rats. Those Marathi Bai rats know the Fernandeses. They know Muthuswamy, the driver from Dharavi. They are the prime criminals. They were allowed to do this by that who were great enemy with Anita and Kani Advani. Every person who got CRISPR'd to be Kani Advani and Anita Merchant were ultimately murdered. So it is the hate of somebody for Anita Merchant or ex-Mrs. Anita Advani or then Kani Advani to that extent that when you kill and you keep killing, you first have to CRISPR them in the face and identity of Mrs. Anita Merchant or ex-Mrs. Anita Advani and Mr. Kani Advani. So that person is a serial killer with lots of hate in them. I wanted to ask you this before also, but I will ask you now. I want to know, you told me Umesh Hingorani, Mrs. Kailash Hingorani's last son or third child, only son. He was CRISPR'd to become Mr. Kani Advani at some point in time. After that, was he taken away in May 2008? No, was he ever CRISPR'd to be Mr. Kani Advani? Was he murdered in October 2008? Is he still in his human form? Was he taken underground in May 2008 sometime? Was he murdered in October 2008 in that same, in and around that Panvel area? Was he ever CRISPR'd to be Mr. Kani Advani? Was Kabir Gupta ever CRISPR'd to be Kani Advani? Was Kabir Gupta ever brought to Fort Jaswal CRISPR'd to be Mr. Kani Advani? No, the original. That means Subhash Gupta and Koshi Gupta's DNA related son. Was he murdered after that? Are there many people who were brought to Fort Jaswal to be Mr. Kani Advani before they were murdered? Was that just a stopover? So whoever was bringing them in as Kani Advani to my home was because they hated Kani Advani so much, and so when they murder them as Kani Advani over and over again, and the same as Mrs. Anita Merchant or then ex-Mrs. Anita Advani. So the murderer or the group of people who did this hated Kani Advani and Anita Advani. It is a hate crime. When you were holed up in Panvel, did they know you are Shalina Hundalani, Varsha Advani and not Anita Merchant? Were they aware of who you really are? They knew you are the younger daughter. So far, why have they not affected me? Are they planning to do the same thing to me? Is there a reason for it? Is there a danger to me in spite of them not killing me? They want to kidnap me and take me underground? Is that what they have planned for me? Do they hate me the mostest? Am I their relative in any way? Am I their kith and kin in any way? Am I DNA related kith and kin of theirs in any way? Do they assume I am DNA related kith and kin of theirs? But am I really DNA related kith and kin of theirs? Okay, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll continue with the reading because we need to see what all there is. I needed to put this out so that the information, if someone understands it, they can help themselves. J, kill, sell, ed, wick, bin. The Binny name is over here. Remember I told you that Mohan Hingorani is Binny's. Mrs. Kailash Hingorani's husband was working at Binny's. He was the So Mrs. Kailash Hingorani's husband is Mohan Hingorani. That's how she became a widow. Binny's is the company he was the managing director at. She got affected with Mr. JAYA.ADVANI in 1987. After that, you've had 10 people coming and going as Ritu Malia, is what I was told. And Marsha is one of the naughty people who says she also shapeshifted for Mrs. Ritu Malia. She says Jaitley was involved. Is it ED or is it D? JD is JAYA.ADVANI. This is a problem. She's a very sweet girl, but I think she got into trouble much earlier. Or she's still around, I'm not sure. Hopefully she's around. not JD Vance. This is about JAYA.ADVANI. Binny's, this is, her husband passed away 5-6 years before she got married in 76. Soon after Umesh Hingorani was born. So must have passed away in 1970. Max 71. She got married, remarried in 76. It's called Binny's. I don't know if my aunt had like shares because he was a managing director and she had some old holdings and these guys sold it. But it is foul play for sure. Jay should have been too young at that point in time to do this. Unless in later years she has done so. Shapeshifting for Ritu Malia? Let's ask. But you can't shapeshift for Ritu Malia. Why? Because if you are about 5'3" and you can be Koshi Gupta, the woman who becomes Koshi Gupta or Anita or Jaya or Varsha, that means you're very thin. You can be the dark girl. You can go from any height of 5'2" to 5'4". But your body language, I don't know, how do you manage that? Wearing the ET of somebody? Varsha over here, anything to do with Kailash Auntie's first marriage to Mohan Hingorani and the Binny's company? You're talking about selling some equity of Binny's? Did Kailash Hingorani sell the equity of Binny's? Her shapeshifter sold the equity of Binny's? Jay directly from out sold the equity of Binny's? Kira sold the equity of Binny's? But how did he get access to the equity of Binny's? He shapeshifted and took it? Or he siphoned it off? What? Somebody went shapeshifting as Umesh, shapeshifting as Mrs. Ritu Malia, and then sold the equity of Binny's? Anyway, I don't know which year this will be. But in short, Kira is involved as well as Jay is involved. SL is involved. SL shapeshifted for Umesh ever? The selling of equity of Binny's was done what? In the 90s? Was it done in 2000? Was it done in 2010? You're saying little at a time? Binny's is the Binny's company itself. Those shares were sold. That equity was sold. But that company didn't it? I don't know. That company apparently shut down or something. I have no idea. Are you talking about Binny's itself, or are you talking about the lady who was married to the MD at Binny's, had lots of other holdings, connected with McDowell, connected with um, United Breweries, and that's huge holdings in all their names. So, are you talking about that being sold and clubbing it with Binny's? No, no, other than that, there's Cadbury, there's Hex, there's lots, many. You're talking about all that being sold just by shape-shifting in and out of United Breweries brewery house? Jay is involved in it and Kira is involved in it. That group, SL, is involved in it. The Kingfisher heist that has happened is the real Vijay Mallya, son of Vithal Mallya. Is he in his human form today? Did he do whatever loan taking or heist or whatever it is with Kingfisher? Responsible for it is people like SL, J, Kira from 2000, or maybe even earlier than that, 1996 onwards. Is Cyrus Mistry involved in anything connected with Kingfisher and the heist that happened with Kingfisher? The heist that is concerned with Kingfisher, is Rocky Fernandez involved in it? Rocky Fernandez, Agnello Fernandez, Tony Fernandez, are they involved in it? All the loan taking? Vijay Mallya was in his human form at the time when Kingfisher was even formed? Have fun. Anyway, it's not my money. My aunt's name is Kailash, daughter of Kalavati and Hukumat Ray.ADVANI. So how much she has tolerated, I guess Mount Kailash, where even Shivji has to meditate at, sitting at those peaks, right, of Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiv. So anyway, she must have had her contract, which she must have done properly. I don't know. Hats off to her, how she has tolerated all this. There's a limit to shamelessness. You to take a trophy and a PhD in it. After all, when you earn 65 kalpas, 49 kalpas, you must be made of something. वो भी नर्क और पाताल का. You must be made of real pure hell. QJ bin Nick, sell EUD, or it could be Nikki. So this is supposed to be brewery, but that maybe she's saying view brewery in short. Nikki is my real cousin. He's Nikhil Advani. I'm told he lost his life while traveling 20th June 2025. I don't know if that's how we should take it or it is some years earlier where the timeline of this reading is being done. Nick Nixie Nickel is not Nikhil Advani. There's a very clear line of difference. The Advanis are very disciplined. May not live life in a disciplined manner, but when it comes to some key things, they will not ever give with wrong activity the way these creeps have done so. I don't know if one of these boys have lost their lives and they left behind a widow, or they became a widow because their partner got killed and replicated by somebody else. I don't know. So Nikki widow is Mala. Mala doesn't even know her husband is no more. Will she come to know? I don't know. 20th of June 2025. He was around till 20th June 2025. He's no more. You started pressing on my brain. SL it is told through I for Indra, R for radio. Using IR, you got rid of Ritika first. She's got a face W put in. That's about 1 week ago. I'm not Ritika. The second person you used IR on is Nikhil Advani, 20th of June 2025. Nikki Advani. I told you Nikki Advani is original Nikhil Advani. The duplicates are Nick, Nixie, Nikhil. So Nikki's widow is Mala Bhavnani and her 2 children. Anyway, let's just hope some miracle happens, she figures it out. Nikki, not Nick babes. Nikki, Nikhil Advani, Nikki Advani. Okay, what are the other words we see over here? Nikki wise, business development. Or bid wise. J bed wise Nikki. or some boy called Lee. Maybe he had a friend in Singapore, or somebody from that Southeast Asian called Lee. Could be Singaporean, Korean, anything. Maybe she had an affair with him at some point in time. She is shapeshifted as Jaya.ADVANI, Varsha.ADVANI, as well as Jaya and Varsha. I'm Jaya. My mother Anita too. Her relative has shapeshifted as well with her, coming and going from different identities. All the fucking problems in the PAN card and the Aadhaar and whatever fuck ups that have happened is because of these people. When you're going to wake up to it? For that, the ED needs to be alive. But then the bones of the ED have been thrown fuck knows where. Along with the IGs and the DGPs. The joke hai kya? SL has won the ET of the ED. And some ATS. For heaven's sake. Nikhil is Nikhil. He's Mr. Nikhil Advani. Nikhil. Nikhil. Nikhil Advani. He was working in the finance industry, in the banking industry. He would have done proper investments. I can believe it is wise business development. And because he's an investment banker also, a VP, and then maybe more than that afterwards, then obviously he must have done wise investments for his client base. I believe she has shapeshifted for Koshi Gupta. This girl has shapeshifted for Koshi Gupta. But if there is nobody in the ATS, CID, Indian Army capable of catching these people when so openly it is showing you who the culprits are, that means what? Everything has been finished? What is it? We're living in what kind of times? Are you saying everything is a facade, just waiting to crumple suddenly? So that means they are screwed around with accounts of people who are from South India. Is that what we're supposed to think? Or have they screwed around with? Last time when I asked about Italy, she said no, it's Italy. Have they misused the Gandhis, BSc, NSC for wrong, nefarious deeds? If there's anything like that which you people have not spoken about but blame them for it, then your real culprit is Kira and Jay. That Jay is not me. I'm the real Jaya Kanyalal Gumatrai Advani, JAYA.ADVANI or Jaya Kanyalal Advani, Kani Advani's daughter. The real culprits are SL, Kira, who has stood in from 2000 for Mr. Kiran Merchant, late Mr. Kiran Merchant, beaten up and then finally killed in 2009. A Pakistani spy from 2000. Whatever Kiran Merchant you know is, if he was working for RAW, then you've been taking your cues from the replica of the real Mr. Kiran Merchant, and he's a Pakistani spy. JK and VK are the Kamwali Bai's granddaughters from Kotak Bank in the opposite direction of where I live on the first floor, or used to, from infancy. On the other side of Kotak Bank on Marine Lines, near Liberty Cinema, ground floor is where the Kamwali Bai used to live at. These girls, SL and maybe his sister, who were orphaned, that group of people are the miscreants. Along with, they're saying, Rosie Fernandez's kids. You'll have to do your due diligence, but that's where you got to look. You can't be blaming the normal citizens. We get screwed, you also screw us. And in the name of nation building, you're allowing rat behavior. These people have been called out to be the ISI, pretending to be the IIB, screwing around with the ED. In other places, they have worn the ET of the ED, ATS, RSS. How does an LK Advani bed SL and K send and lend the BV? The real LK Advani, Lal Krishna Advani, like many BJP members and Congress members, people from the ED don't know where in the world, IGs don't know where in the world, DGPs don't know where in the world their bones were scattered, crushed probably, why it was thrown on the outskirts of Riyadh, I have no idea. That how you have won the ET of the ED, you shameless being, or the ATS, I can't understand it. So who is there left to stop you? This is what I'm asking. But you have to be stopped. There is a kid also involved. Let me ask if these girls have shapeshifted for Shambhav E as one of the shapeshifters. Shambhav E lost her life in which year? 2019, but before that she was shapeshifting, rather without her knowledge, CRISPR to be, I think, Koshi Gupta. Kaushik Gupta to passed away according to this in 1993 itself. The girl who was killed in this house, on Akhil picking up some stone and throwing it on my back, I assumed it's Koshi auntie. But that was Shambhav E, because the timing for Shambhav E is saying 2019, I'm assuming, when I was sent to Bombay. And I was shown this dream in this house of Akhil picking up a stone in my bedroom and throwing it on my back. But I was wondering when. The two dark girls were there. That must be JK and VK. The girls who shapeshift for Jaya, Varsha, Anita, their relative shapeshifts for... They were working as maids over here, rotating between themselves. Addition to them, I think somebody from West Bengal, somebody from Gujarat. One of them looks a lot like their grandmother, and she made reference about her grandmother passing away 5 years ago at this home. But that is on the back of her looking like the Marathi Kamwali Bai. But that was post September 2022, or in and around that time, August, September 2022. So it struck my mind. You'll wonder where the Kamwali Bai comes from, because she was looking like her. And not once, a couple of times after that, every once in a while. Yet the girl has started working at my home when? End 2020. Up to 22, there was no problem. It is after I returned from Bombay that and given my address for the RC that all these problems started. The real Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy lost her husband. And after that, for the first, and she didn't lose him, he has a problem from his waist down. So there are too many red flags, too many coincidences in this. If you think this girl works for you in your CID and your CBI, placed by Kira, who is in place of Mr. Kiran Merchant, and is a Pakistani spy, then everything he has hired on the streets of Marine Lines, raw, all the way to VT and CST, and bad PFI in Nepean Road, feels sorry for the poor, hires everything at the base of the pyramid with big, big, tall promises, then you go reconfigure it and figure it out. If you are not able to come to a conclusion about the Narendra Damodar Das Modi, the Hindu guy, being in a Nidra and killed, or how Sita Raman is going to be affected going forward, because she's the next one. She's a Hindu. They hate the Hindus. Ask me, because every time I do my prayers, ever since 2010, what I've had, the insults I hear. Every time I say, no, but I'm an Indian, I'm a Hindu, you should hear the insults I hear in my ears. That itself is proof. They have called me Bavla for doing my prayers only after 2009 and 10. You tell me where it's coming from. Varsha, I wanted to know one thing. VK, JK have ever shapeshifted for Ritu Malia ever? That's the Marathi Kamwali Bai's granddaughter. The two of them. They have shapeshifted for JAYA.ADVANI, who's holding the pendulum. They have shapeshifted for Varsha.ADVANI, who is speaking file name cat. They have shifted for our mother, ex-Mrs. Anita Advani. Advani's wife. They have shapeshifted for Ritu Malia. Have they shapeshifted for Koshi Gupta? VKJK have shapeshifted for Shambhav E. Krishnan also ever? They have been coming and going out of United Breweries. In earlier days, were they doing anything at UB House, Brewery House? Did they start shapeshifting at UB City ever? Did they start shapeshifting at UB City on the back of Pauline leaving her job from there? Were they responsible for Pauline leaving her job at UB City? So JKVK were shapeshifting at UB City since 2014? They are the Marathi Kamwali Bai's granddaughters. Are we the Marathi Kamwali Bai's granddaughters? So those rats are the ones who've been screwing around with the Fernandez family and Muthuswami's family. Cyrus Mistry has been overlooking this and helping them. No, you're talking about Rocky Fernandez for Cyrus Mistry? Or Patsy Perrin Dubash's womb-related son, Cyrus Mistry, has been helping them? Patsy Perrin Dubash, Cyrus Mistry womb-related, has been shapeshifted for by Rocky Fernandez, wearing his skin and siphoning money if he can. Along with Kira and SL. Kira is for Kiran Merchant, who is late Mr. Kiran Merchant, who they took underground in 2000. Then they started undoing the Raw. They used Raw as an umbrella to screw around with the entire parliament and probably India's economy on the whole. Come on, don't give me that. What did they use Raw for? For fun. They were having fun with Raw. They were enjoying themselves with Raw. Niranjani Merchant's womb-related son, DNA-related son, Mr. Kiran Merchant, is in his human form. He is the older son of Niranjani Merchant. Niranjani Merchant's other son, called Ravindra Merchant, is he in his human form? The womb-related son of Niranjani Merchant, the older one, is he in his human form? But they to already cremated him, then how he's in his human form? Anyway, I think you need to take a break. I also need to take a break. I'm going to close this session over here for now. Okay? I'm closing this session for now. He's actually passed away. He passed away earlier. So anyway, it's been a long session. I'm going to close this here. Okay? It's 14:52. It's Tuesday, 24th of June, 2025. I'll shut this over here. Okay?